All right, Shalom, Shalom. This is Brother Mayon coming at you from GMS Tampa Bay. First and foremost, I want to give all the praises and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Racha Akwadash. Double honor to the elders, apostles of Great Millstone. Much blessing and salutations to the Akim around the four corners of the earth. We're diligently pushing out this truth and sincerity. And I just want to do a quick live update. Well, really not so much live, but just on everything that's taking place, in over there in the Valley of Jehoshaphat, which is where the Lord is gathering a lot of the nation's armies and preparing the world to go to war. Okay, so real quick, let's get this in Joel, because what you have happening now is that you have the U.S. military, all right, the armies of Babylon the Great, out there in the Middle East right now, bombing. And they're saying that this is just the beginning of it, that they're gonna who knows how long it's gonna go, whether it's a couple weeks or whatnot. But we in the times of war. Matter of fact, before I get that Joel 3, let's get this in Ecclesiastes. Ecclesiastes chapter 3, and it reads verse 8: a time to love and a time to hate, a time of war and a time of peace. And we're, yes, mommy, go ahead. Hey, where I can see you though. And we're in that time of war, man. This is what we see happening, around the whole four corners of the earth, okay, around the globe. It's nothing but wars and rumors of wars. And this is what the Messiah said would be taking place on the earth in the last days. Wars and rumors of wars. See that ye be not troubled, for these are going to be the beginning of things. Okay? And so, there is no other time. The time for war is now, man. Okay? Even here in America, that division that's happening, amongst the states, amongst the different factions that govern and run society, are all falling apart. People are at each other's necks. Just I believe just a couple days ago, here in Florida, they sent some troops. I don't know the exact number. I want to say I saw 1,000, but it could be more, it could be less. But they sent National Guard troops over to Texas, man. In support of the Texas governor and what he's trying to do out there. So this is just something that's progressively getting worse. And the majority of society is unaware of these things taking place. Not right now, mommy. So things are only going to continue to get progressively worse, for these people. And the only true peace that you will find is in Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, man. Because everything else is failing these people. Matter of fact, let's get this. I believe it's Isaiah chapter 30. Yep, it's Isaiah chapter 30 and verse 1. And it says, "Woe to the rebellious children, saith the Lord, that take counsel, but not of me, and that cover with a covering, but not of my spirit, that they may add sin to sin." And that's the thing of what you Israelites have done, man. You haven't sought the wisdom of the Lord to make us, to make sense of what's taking place on the earth, man. You've just allowed yourself to continue living this lie, trusting in what the leaders of this world are, are telling you, and you just continue on about your merry old life, man. Well, soon that time is going to come where the mirth of this place is going to be gone, okay? And it's already failing it, man. The mirth of this place is already failing you people. You're not really finding joy like you thought you used to, man. Okay? You're not finding it anymore. Now these things are failing you. All right? And it's because you've put your trust into this place. You've taken counsel of this place. You put the covering on of the world and not the covering of the Lord, man. Which the covering of the Lord is going to be the one thing that saves you. Okay? So continuing on verse 2, "that walk to go down into Egypt and have not asked at my mouth, to strengthen themselves in the strength of Pharaoh and to trust in the shadow of Egypt." You see, and this is the spiritual Egypt. Okay? This is the spiritual Sodom. All right? But you've gone down to Egypt to strengthen, and have not asked at my mouth to strengthen themselves in the strength of Pharaoh and to trust in the shadow of Egypt. And that's just it. You've trusted in something that it was just a shadow. It wasn't the true figure, man. It wasn't the true wonderland. Okay. It wasn't. This wasn't the paradise that the Lord spoke about. Which you have some groups out there, some of these Christian groups that call America the kingdom, man. Yes, Mama.
Back to the playground.
There's too many people over there right now, Mommy. Let's just either run around over here, jump around, or something. But your mom's almost gonna be here, all right? So, this place is not it, man. This is not where peace dwelleth, man. This is not where righteousness dwells. Let alone in the earth. In general. The wicked is in rulership, man. The righteous aren't in authority. So if the righteous aren't in authority, it's only given that there isn't going to be a peace on earth, man, because the scripture says that there should be peace on earth when the righteous are in authority, man. The people rejoice. Who's rejoicing right now, man? The only people truly rejoicing at what's taking place on the earth is the men of the Lord, because we understand what's taking place and what's being done on the earth. Okay, we understand that only salvation is only for the a few. Okay, salvation is only for a few. The rest of everybody else is going to receive the wrath of the Lord mixed with without mixture, man. Okay, so it's just a lot of people, and as the scriptures say, man, it is high time to wake up out of sleep, man. How do you not see what's going on over there in the Middle East and America bombing nations, now physically involved themselves, which, they had the whole, provocation to do so. But even in that, it is suspicious. Even though the very fact that there were still troops in U.S. in some of these bases, when you really look at it, America knew these attacks were coming. But yet they kept their troops and certain bases. And then look what happened, man. A bunch of you Jakes got put to death, man. Okay, and now they're justified in going over there, man. Okay, and the scriptures talk about that, man. This devil, never trust in thine enemy, for as iron rusteth, so shall his wickedness. So that's just how it is, man. And that's what's taking place on the earth. The Lord is mustering the host to the battle. Okay, the Lord is preparing the armies of the world to go to war. Okay, the Lord is preparing these nations to destroy one another, specifically America. Because you got more and more allies of America turning their backs on this place. And that's all pursuant to Revelation chapter 17, man. These shall hate the whore. The beast shall hate the whore. Okay, who's the beast? The NATO and the EU nations. They make up what is known as today as the beast, that ancient Roman power. It is now being used on the earth once again, known as the NATO EU nations. And you can't can't say that otherwise. What, mommy? Okay, well let's come sit down. Let's check it out. Okay. You can't just bypass everything that's happening right now and not be like, well, who's governing the earth? Who's the hammer of the earth right now? Who's the ones policing? Who's sending troops to different countries in the world? It's the NATO EU nations, man. That's the whole thing. That's what you should see. And who's the head? Who's all in the charge of that, man? America, which is the whore that rideth upon the beast. Okay. Better. Okay. So this is a time of war, man. And it's going to be a time like no other. Okay? It's going to be like a time like no other because Yahushua said it. Okay? He said that it's going to be like a time like no other. He made the prophecy of war and rumors of wars. Okay? He's coming to bring the division, not peace. Yahushua is coming to destroy this place because this place is wicked, man. The earth is wicked. And only those that believe on Yahweh Bashim Yahushua are going to be delivered. They're the ones that are going to be saved. Why? Because they've prepared themselves. They've gotten themselves ready and have listened to the words of the Lord and his only begotten son, man. It's only those people that are going to truly see the peace of the Lord and on this side, man. But when the kingdom of heaven is established, the rest of everyone on this planet is going to understand what righteousness is, man. And they're going to be left a memorial, and what's going to be left as, or what's going to be left of America is going to be a memorial to the world and the rest of the inhabitants to understand and to remember what happened to those that ruled in wickedness, man. And what happened is that they were completely destroyed, man, on a global scale, because America isn't just in on this land that we're on here called Babylon. America has its roots in every nation, man. And really is the Edomites. This is the kingdom of the Edomites, man. All right, the so-called white man, the wicked that the Bible speaks of. That's who the Edomites are. That's who's ruling this earth, man. It's not the so-called Chinese. It's not the Russians here. It's not the Americans. It's the Edomites. Okay, that's who's ruling this earth, man. And this is why the Lord is gathering up the nations over there in the Valley of Jehoshaphat, which is the Middle East, to plead with them. When you go into that word plead there, and for Joel chapter 3, that word plead is shapat, which means to judge. See, the Lord is gathering up all the armies of the earth, all these nations. He's preparing them up for war, because that's the sound that you hear on the earth, man, is that sound of battle. So the Lord is preparing the armies for war, to judge them, not to see who is going to come out on top, because there is going to be no winners in this war, man. There isn't. The battles of old were with confused noise and garments rolled in blood, man. But this battle is going to be with burning and fuel of fire, man. The Lord is angry with the wicked, man. And this is what he's coming to do. He's coming back to establish righteousness on the earth. And what do you think is going to happen to all those that are wicked? If righteousness is going to be established, what do you think is going to happen with wickedness? It's got to be taken out of the way. It's going to be removed. And this is going to be the last time that wickedness is going to reign on the earth, man. Only righteousness shall be found on the earth when the Lord returns and establishes his kingdom. Okay? Because that's what the Lord's Prayer says, right? Let thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. And guess what? Is the earth in righteousness? Is it in order like it is in the things in the heavens? No, man. So some things got to be taken out of the way. And what does the scripture say? He who now letteth will let until he be taken out of the way, man. Esau, Edom is getting ready to be taken out of the way. And it's going to come through this judgment that's getting prepared for the people. Okay, via World War III, via the civil war that's going to be taking place in here in America. Okay, the destruction, economic collapses. All these things are going to be a part of the Lord's wrath against this world, man. People are going to suffer. The Messiah wasn't joking when he said it's going to be like a time like no other, man. You people are going to have to deal with these things. Okay? It's a blank period, man. Point blank period. The Lord is coming to render his... Matter of fact, let's close out with this. Isaiah 66. And I know I was a little bit rambling. I quoted some precepts. You brothers can look them up, man. Isaiah 66:15. For behold, the Lord will come with fire and with his chariots like a whirlwind, to render his anger with fury and his rebuke with flames of fire. For by fire and by his sword will the Lord plead with all flesh, and the slain of the Lord shall be many. So there goes that word plead again, man. You go into it, what word is it? What word do you see there for the word plead? It's judgment, judge, shapat. That's what you're going to see take place on the earth, man. You're going to see judgment take place on the earth. Okay? You're going to see these nations suffer. You're going to see yourself suffering, man. Even the elect is going to suffer to a certain extent. They're going to have to deal with things. But guess what? We've been suffering already. So it ain't going to be nothing to suffer again but for a moment for the Lord, man. To get to past that finish line, if that's what it means. And that's usually the hardest part, man, of a race. Is that last stretch. And we there, man. That's why brothers are all catching hell. And guess what? We taking it cheerfully, man. The righteous brothers, that is. We rejoice when these things take place and we have to deal with certain particular, things on the earth, man. Because we understand the end reward of these things, of these sufferings. See, the world doesn't understand why they're getting ready to suffer. They don't understand why these things are taking place on the earth right now. But they will surely understand how? By death, by pain, man. So, hey, hey, man, things are hot, man. You know, things are hot. You know, and it's only going to get hotter. All right, so hey, you know, Lord's with us was edifying. I'm going to give all praises and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rachah HaKodash. All right, and with that, I say shalom.